am. It's Big Red. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Tna Recipe tonight. First of all, I want to start off by saying we're sending out our prayers to the people in Boston. I mean, what you're going through, and we wish you well. And anybody out there that's listening, hey, do whatever you can to help these people through this tragedy. I mean, a senseless and thoughtless act of just craziness. And I'm glad to say that I watched the news earlier and they had two suspects and their pictures are out there, so hopefully they catch these guys real soon. But getting on, hold on one sec. Anyways, I got with me as always my producer extraordinaire, all the way from Los Angeles. Give him some Cali love. Say what's up to EL.CIBERNETICO.
What's going on, brother? What's going on?
I don't know much, brother. Just chilling. Next we have with us Anthony Cox. If I'm not mistaken, you're from Jersey, am I right?
No, it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Still City over here, 412.
Oh, okay. My bad. Anyways. Hey, Ant, I'm gonna let you take over this one because I'm kind of stuffy a little bit and I sound like crap.
Okay. All right. Well, tonight's episode of Impact, you know what? It was watchable, but it kind of dragged in some parts, so we're going to get right into it. Of course, the show started off with TNA doing their own homage to the folks in Boston after the tragic event that happened earlier this week, and then they did a recap letting everybody know what was going on. And as we saw, Jeff Hardy was taken out of the arena last week after his match. And then first thing they start with is Devon talking to Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe about their upcoming match against Kurt Angle. Saying, hey, you guys got to get the job done tonight. From there, it leads us off into the match where it's a handicap match between Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff taking on Kurt Angle. And, of course, Kurt Angle, what he wanted to do more than anything, it seems like he wants to get Wes Briscoe more than Garrett Bischoff, so he went straight to work on him. But, of course, throughout the course of the match, the numbers game did factor in, especially whenever Wes hit Kurt Angle with a low blow. Well, and then once it looked like Kurt Angle was actually going to get the win, when he had him in the ankle, when he had Briscoe in the ankle lock, we saw that D'Lo and Mr. Anderson show up to distract the referee. Garrett hits Kurt Angle with the chain and gets the 1, 2, 3 on Kurt. Oh, man, these guys have had Kurt Angle's number for the past few weeks.
Yeah, they have.
Whether it's handicap, one-on-one, it doesn't matter. It seems like these guys have had their number. Now, the match itself wasn't anything to write home about, but it served its purpose.
Right.
In continuing to try to get Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff over and making them threat as members of Aces and Eights. And then after the match, Mr. Anderson gets on the mic, starts talking smack, and he tells AJ Styles that Aces and Eights is going to be cheering him on tonight. And he also says that anybody out there that's not wearing an Aces and Eights cut, they're not safe. Basically what they're saying is that anybody on the TNA roster is a marked man.
Right.
Well, I mean, not that wasn't the case before, but they're just, putting it out there that they were going to be randomly jumping folks.
Right. Now, and I got a question for you. Didn't I see this power bomb on another network?
Yeah. You know what? I was noticing that. Only thing I was missing was for maybe one more person to join in and watch them do that team power bomb on Angle.
Right. I said the same shit when I saw it. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I was like, really, TNA? Really?
Damn, man. What's going on?
I think it's, hey, look, that team move is effective, so why not?
Pretty suspectish.
Right?
Yes, that's a new word, suspectish.
And I love the fact that when Anderson got on the mic, he was like, you know what, saying, about how they've been taking out, all their so-called heroes.
Mm.
Like how they took out Hardy, they've taken out, just got through taking out Angle. Sting is gone.
Yep, Sting's missing. For all of us, but we'll take it out for 3 of TNA's top guys right there.
Right.
And from there, we went into the X Division Championship match with Kenny King defending his title against Petey Williams and Zema.
Oh, man. This match is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's the X Division just as I expected. They did deliver the goods, and we got to see, even if we didn't get to win, we did get to see Petey Williams hit the Canadian Destroyer.
Man, Kenny King was out for the count for a little while on that one.
The only thing is, this match, while it had its high-flying moves in it, it was a bit more physical for an X Division. Hey, Corpus Christi, but did you hear some of those, there were boring chants and fandangoing going on.
Did you say fandango? Wrong network, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but there were people really chanting boring, and I said, hey, this match was actually pretty good. How could you just... that match wasn't boring at all. I just felt that it was a bit more physical for an X Division match. I mean, you can't expect them to do high spots all the time.
Right.
Especially when all those guys are pretty good wrestlers in their own right.
Fellas, I got to agree with Corpus Christi. The match to me was a little dry, just a little tad bit dry. And you're right, we shouldn't be expecting too much high flying, but I don't know. It was a little dry, dude. I don't know.
You know where it got dry for me is toward the end, because all Kenny King did was come back in the ring and
break up the Texas Club release and get the pin.
Right, and I'm like,
that part I was
really?
like, you're not going to do your finisher. That's what I said. I'm like, you broke up with some.
I'm like, what a weak win. I'm saying, seriously?
It was a pretty weak, that part of the match was pretty weak. I said, I was like, yeah, the decent match up until the finish.
Right. I got to say this. Kenley, Tna, Taz, they kind of hyped it up a bit. And I'll admit, it almost seemed like they were just giving the full attention to Petey, like he was going to steal the show. I'll admit, right. you got two former champs, and Petey, and King, and it's like, I was expecting a really high caliber match, and like I said, this match was a little too dry for me. But at the same time, it almost seemed like they were expecting for Petey to steal the show tonight.
Right. You know, another new thing that they introduced in that match was I kind of like that the X-Cam, the headset that the referee was wearing.
Oh, right. I didn't like that. It looks like something out of Blair Witch. It looks like something out of the Blair Witch Project. Like just the footage, the way it was. Like it was like what's up with the Blair Witch camera angle? And the referee looks like a goof.
I liked it. Only the thing was is they did a little too much to it. You didn't have to go half the show of it. You know what I'm saying? They could have done just a few shots, not the whole thing. You know? Well, not. Right. I mean, they didn't really do the whole thing, but 50% of the match was off that cam. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind, a few shots here and there of what's going on, like we're actually inside the ring with them.
Right.
That's the cool thing I thought about it, but, just a few shots here and there is cool enough for me.
Right. Kind of like another company who used to do it when they used to put the camera on top of their, I believe, the top of the ladder or on top of where it holds the belt. If I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, we had a backstage segment with Brooke Hogan talking to Brooke Tessmacher and Mickie James about the match that they were going to have to decide on the top contender for the Knockouts title.
Mickie James in her backyard.
Yeah, and I was like, it's always good to see Mickie James. I haven't seen her. We don't see her often enough in my opinion. And then let's see. After wishing him good luck, let's see. Tessmacher stayed behind and told Brooke that she could come at her with anything. Oh, girl talk. I guess they hugged and all that stuff. All right, and then the next thing that we were going to have, and I was excited, I said, finally, the TV titles to be defended. Devon comes to the ring, and I was like, hey, Magnus could have a good match with this guy, but Aces and Eights had to come out and attack him.
Right.
Doc got him, Devon got him, and Samoa Joe came out and made the save.
Right. Man, but I love that backstage segment with Joe because I was like, wow, I love seeing Joe pissed off.
That's the Samoa Joe that I like. Like,
right.
Like the 2008 Samoa Joe that was a badass, that was the champ.
Right.
Like, that's the Samoa Joe I like.
Yeah, I like the fact he's like, there's going to be some bloodshed tonight.
Yeah, that's Samoa Joe that. Yeah, they don't even want to see like a whiny, wussy Samoa Joe. They want to see Samoa Joe choking boys out and making them tap out and hurting boys.
Right.
And then Samoa Joe, he was, of course, pretty upset backstage about what had happened to his former partner. And tells Devon that he's going to give him a match tonight and that, he's going to be bathed in blood. All right, and next thing that we had, they showed a quick video of Velvet Sky. She had gotten hurt last week. To Miss Tessmacher, Mickie James with ODB as the special guest referee.
Welcome back, ODB.
Oh, yeah. Another woman that it's always good to see her. And this is a match that I believe before we started the show, we were talking about how this match was actually pretty aggressive.
Yeah, both of them were real aggressive. I'm like, damn.
Like they were hitting each other. They were going at it. They were hitting each other pretty hard, some stiff shots. Yeah, they were pretty aggressive. And ODB pretty officiating. I thought she was going to get involved at a couple of points.
Right. Is it me, or does it seem like Mickey's got a little heelish tendencies now?
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Yes, sir. Looks like it.
I mean, why not? I mean, hell, the only heel they have around right now is Gail Kim, and Tara's not there that much anymore since she's opened her place up.
Shout outs to JR. He's been there a few times already.
Yep. So hell, why not? I mean, the other heel deal oops, my bad. Knockout. Hell, she's out on maternity leave.
Right. So you can only do so much. But Mickie, you know what? In this back and forth match ended with Mickie James going for Tessmacher for the pin, get the win, and she's now the number one contender for the Knockouts title.
Right. But yeah, like I said, it was a pretty good, solid match. I mean, and what guy didn't want to be Mickie James at that point where she Miss Tessmacher did that booty popping in her face? I'm like, oh Lord.
Yeah, there's something about these chicks just liking the, twerking is the new thing that's been going on a lot. It seems to be the new thing in wrestling now. So all these chicks want to twerk.
Yeah. Hey, she can twerk it on over here.
Yeah, she twerked all over Mickie James' face, and I was like, all right.
Oh, shouts out to the cameraman. He had some good angles in that damn match too.
He did. He did.
Yes, he did.
Even the roll-up was nice.
We need to have that cameraman every time we have a knockout match. Oh, man.
And then, let's see, the next thing that we had going on was, for some reason, Joseph Park was back on the phone and the cameraman was there. You know, I don't know what the cameraman was doing hanging out in the bathroom with Joseph Park, but Devon came, took his phone, and told him to stay out of family business. And then Bully came in there and they jumped him. No, they beat him up, right? But they had him in the shower and everything. They choked him with a chain. Hey, did you see Joseph Park crying in the shower?
Right.
Yeah. I kind of started laughing like, yeah, they got him crying in the shower.
I was like, wait a minute, this looks like a scene from Oz.
So I said, I'm like, is this wrestling or is this American History X or is this Oz? What's going on?
I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, why is he in the shower area on the phone? And two, why the hell is Devon and Bully Ray stalking him in the showers?
And I guess the goal is, of course, to stop that annulment from going for the writ of annulment. Now, here's what I'm wondering now. With him getting beat down like that, are we still going to slowly but surely maybe see the return of Abyss?
I hope so. Because, you know, because when they put the camera on him, that wasn't the kind of crime like, boo-hoo, I just got beat up. That was a kind of crime where he was pissed.
Like, you know, he's starting to get raged up.
Yeah, you started kind of see that a little Abyss look on his face, like, oh shit, he
I
gonna.
was like, oh man. And then what do we get after that? Mickie James, you know, she talked about how, you know, she felt bad about Velvet Sky being hurt, but she feels that she's the best.
Right.
You know, she said nobody's better than Mickie James.
Right. See what I'm saying? Heal his tendencies.
Yeah. So that's she said. She's like, I fought injured before. It's all part of the job. You can't complain about it.
Right.
Mickie James.
He's basically like, yo, y'all ain't showing me the proper respect. I'm like, all right. Baby.
And then after that, we get some comedy from Kazarian and Chris Daniels, Bad Influence. And they said they were going to do a Bad Influence movie. And they're going to talk to Morgan Freeman about playing Dixie Carter.
Oh, wow.
That was hilarious.
And they said that they got AJ Styles, his very own Bad Influence shirt.
Yep.
And that they're ready to become the tag team champions. Part 3. Now, let's see, Rude and Aries, they make their way out to the ring and call Bad Influence. They called them Dumb and Dumber.
Man, this shit was hilarious.
And they said that they're getting a rematch for the titles, you know, of course, despite the fact that wasn't part of the stipulation. Now, if they lost, were they going to break up as a team also? Wasn't that part of the stipulation that they?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I guess they.
Yeah.
Rematch or not, it's supposed to be you lose, you're no longer a team. But heck, they only have 3 tag teams, so that's neither here nor there.
Right.
And then,
man. Oh, go ahead.
What was that comment? Because he said, because Kazarian joked about Austin Aries being a vegan.
Oh, man, that was hilarious. He was like, you're a dirty vegan. Dirty vegan. He's talking about, he's like, yeah, he's talking about, you boys put the meat in your mouth. I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
good.
Dude, shout out to Brandon Doolin when he said, hey, Bad Influence should just left the ring after that. He actually just shut up. Wasn't no coming back for that one. It wasn't coming back. There was no comeback for that remark.
And then Chavo and Hernandez come in behind them, and they attack Rude and Aries to let them know, hey, just don't forget we're the tag champs right now, and basically we'll see you soon.
Right.
And after that, we got Matt Morgan as he continues to talk about Hulk Hogan's mistakes and how they're adding up, including Bully Ray. And Matt Morgan once again complains about how he wasn't named the number one contender, which would have avoided all of the problems that they have now with Jeff Hardy getting injured.
Right.
Yep, he said Hulk Hogan should have done the right thing. So, once again, we're still seeing Matt Morgan with his gripes, that he has with Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
I don't know what to make of Matt Morgan right now.
Pissed off.
One angry ass dude.
Angry.
Very angry.
Just wondering.
I mean, but you know what? The thing is, he's right about everything that he said. He was like,
he is. That's the thing. He's right.
I mean, he's like, first mistake, you fucked up with Sting, and now nobody hasn't seen him since he's left. Second of all, you got yourself and your daughter played by Bully Ray. Third of all, you named this fool the number one contender. I was like, wow. I was like, and you would be correct, sir.
Since Yvonne Jeff. And you know what? I know I said that the show dragged a bit, but this match, I didn't think this match was too bad either up until Aces and Ace jumped in and stopped Samoa Joe from hitting the muscle buster.
Yeah. Here goes.
And they used the brass knucks this time.
Yeah. And here comes Anderson again.
Now another top TNA guy is laid out. Aces and Ace continues on with their dominance.
Right. I mean, even after it was over, he took the brass knucks and busted him in the face again. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, when I saw the way Samoa Joe his face, I'm like, I think he might have hit him a bit harder than we thought. And AJ Styles. And did you notice that AJ Styles came out in his usual get-up, but it was all black?
Yeah, he was all black. I mean, he had his black leather jacket on with the hood. I'm like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he tried turning around. And Storm came out there and madness. And of course, we still know with AJ Styles, it's like, hey, he had to defend himself at that point. There was no option.
Right.
Bad influence came out there to match from the entrance ramp because, of course, they're thinking it's going to join up with them. And then that James Storm hit closing time on him, but AJ Styles was able to recover, tossed him into the barricade, and then when he tried to hit then he tried to go for the last call super kick, but Styles countered him into some new single-leg submission that I had never really seen him do before. And what I was surprised of is when I saw James Storm started tapping out to it.
Right. I'm like, wait a minute, new submission hold from Styles? I was like, oh, okay.
I guess whenever wrestlers get angry, they have to create a submission hold for themselves. That's just part of being angry.
Right.
Yeah, when he out, I was like, wow, he tapped out. AJ Styles in the match, which I was talking to a couple people online about this, and we were talking about it too, where I feel that, well, it's good AJ Styles wrestled. I felt that it was too soon for him to come back into the ring. Like, I felt they could have held off his return to the ring a little bit longer. At the same time, he didn't say anything, so maybe the silence is the more important part.
Right.
And after the match was over, Bad Influence came into the ring. They're celebrating with AJ. And then he took him from behind. And after he took them out, Aces and Ace came into the ring out of nowhere. They beat up Kazarian, Daniels, and James Storm. And then Styles, he walked out without helping either side. Just kept going.
Right.
And
I mean, he's basically saying, "Hey, I don't give a fuck. I'm about
right.
me, AJ Styles."
It's all about AJ Styles right now. And then after that, show ends with those three guys with Kazarian, Daniels, Storm all laid out. Bully gets on the mic, and we know who they are, and that they are the men responsible for taking out all of T's heroes. And he's right. All the heroes are laid out. The champion says took out Jeff Hardy. They've taken out Hulk Hogan, James Storm. Sting is gone. They have no more heroes. And it's all Hulk Hogan's fault. And then he said he wants to call next week so that he can end the show.
All right.
So what are we going to do? What more can he? He already is married to his daughter and tricked everybody. Got the belt. What more can be done to Hulk Hogan? All right. What I was asking is, overall, what did you guys think of the show?
Overall, the show, I'm gonna give it a 7, dude.
Yeah, this was like a 6.5 week for me. Maybe a 6.5 week for me, because like I said, it kind of dragged at some points, but some of the matches were pretty good. But like I said, some of the finishes weren't that good. Sometimes when you have too many interferences, it takes away from the whole thing.
Exactly. What about you, Red?
I figured I would say around about 7. And I figured it wasn't gonna be all that good this week, because remember, they did all of this in one night.
Right.
This was the tape show.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, this was the tape show, and sometimes they seem to bring out their best during the live ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, not an overall bad show, but it had its moments. But like I said, I'm not going to say that it was pure garbage or anything like that.
You're listening to Tna Recipe. The number to call is 760-569-7676. Access code 200-446#. Once again, that number is 760-569-7676. Access code 200-446#. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at WCC Live. If you got Facebook, I know you got Facebook. Be sure to add us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Wrestling Commentary Central. And yes, TNA Recipe now has its official like page. Be sure to like us on Facebook as well at TNA Recipe. That's TNA Recipe. Is there anything else, guys, you guys want to bring up before we go?
I believe we've touched on everything with this show. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they're going to do next week when they're in Indiana, Pennsylvania. Which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours outside of Pittsburgh. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do out there. See how the fans react, because TNA doesn't come up to the Pittsburgh area that often. So I'm going to see what they do out there.
Not bad. By any chance, will you be attending their show?
Unfortunately not. I was on the fence about it, but I was like, nah, I don't think I could swing.
Not bad. Big Red. Let them know where they can find you at, bro.
You can find me on Twitter at Reddon81. That's REDDON 81. Also find me on Facebook at Reddon. My like page. Also follow my group on Twitter at Men of Passion 12, and our like Facebook page, Men of Passion.
That's what's up. Anthony, let them know where you're at.
All right. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Who'sAntCox, and then you can also check out my weekly columns over at www.kayfabekickout.com. I'm the featured columnist over there, and as I always say, we got some great writers on our crew, so come see us.
That's what's up. Be sure to subscribe to the official WCC channel at Spawn200113. That's Spawn20113. For more information, follow us on Twitter at WCC Live. Keep posted every Thursday night, 30 minutes after Impact, and we'll see you guys next week.